I've come at the invitation of Peace Brigades International to take part in a conference of non-governmental organisations about their representatives and their rights to defend human rights activists, and to hold discourse with the national government of Rwanda and also gain support from the embassies and the European Union. We're at the National Memorial for victims of the genocide of 1994. I've read, obviously, of the genocide, and at an intellectual level one can follow the political process that led to the genocide. The museum is brutally presented, and that's correct, with skulls, with bones, with photos, with remains, and it shows what happens when crazy racist ideologies take over all sense and a population is imbibed with a madness in which they just kill and kill and kill, and one sees a little bit of the horror that so many people went through in Rwanda. The impression I have is that development is proceeding very rapidly, economic development is proceeding very rapidly, but it's very uneven. Only a few kilometres out of Kigali there's no electricity, no water, and real poverty. But on the issues of the development of civil society, there seems to be a reluctance by government and official bodies to accept that non-governmental organisations have a role, have an important role as part of a democracy, of part of watching what goes on and watching what goes on in the legal processes and everything else. And so it's been interesting and useful discussions, I think, and I think we've managed to open a number of doors when I hope that from this period onwards those human rights defenders will have a good chance to have a real relationship with government and judicial agencies, and maybe things will improve. But if we don't defend people in their communities at a local level who are standing up for the rights of individuals, the rights of defence in a court, the rights of representation, then we're not standing up for anything. PBI, it's different to any other work that PBI have done. It's not, as I see it, a necessity of personally accompanying individuals all the time. It's more a question of making the official agencies recognise that civil society has a role in monitoring what goes on, has a role in preventing injustices, has a role in making sure that the judicial system actually works. As a Member of Parliament in Britain, there's several areas I can envisage that I might be able to do things. I am a member of the Human Rights Commission at the UN by being virtue as a representative of a non-governmental organisation. I'm not a commission member, I attend the commission, and I'll be there in the European spring of this year. And there are issues there about the role of human rights defenders, and that is recognised by the UN Declaration. Secondly, there is the question of a continuing aid programme to Rwanda, which I strongly support. I think the tragedies that this country has gone through require all the wealthier countries to contribute as much as they can to assist in development, but also in ensuring that in the supporting of civil society and capacity building, that we're actually supporting non-governmental organisations to enable them to be better equipped to represent and defend ordinary people. There is a reluctance that I detect from official institutions of doing that.